I use this?
Greetings, Indie Warriors! Welcome to I Dream of Indie. It's JRPG time. I've just played through the first 2 hours of Star Varnir on the Nintendo Switch. That's about the first 2 chapters or so of this game, not even all of the second chapter. So, if you want to know absolutely nothing about this game or see nothing, well, you've been warned, but you're not going to get any deep spoilers here or anything like that. The story here involves witches and dragons and all that fantasy goodness. It's super anime, as you might expect, including some over-the-top voice acting that's actually not half bad, and an interesting 3-tier battle system, so you can actually attack enemies from both the bottom, the middle, and the top. In fact, one enemy that I encountered throughout my time with the game so far, a giant dragon, allows you to attack each of those areas individually. Outside of this triple stacker system, doesn't that sound like a Taco Bell order or something? You can actually use your standard attacks, of course, magic, but the other catch here is the ability to devour these creatures when they're low on health. You'll see a percentage showing what your success rate of devouring said creature might be, and once you do, you can actually hop over to a skill tree. From here, you can use the points that you've acquired in battle to unlock new skills that pertain to that creature. So I thought that was actually really neat. Might sound a little bit complicated, but not too bad. However, I've already found that in typical Compile Heart fashion, this is one of those games that continues to throw tutorials down your throat even after you think you've learned everything. So yeah, expect to keep learning more and more as you progress. There are team-up attacks of sorts. There is a sanity meter in this game, which can apparently change the ending that you can get, so that's kind of wild in its own right. Yeah, there is quite a bit going on here. It's a JRPG. It's not the most straightforward one, but it's also not overwhelming, and I think they've done a pretty good job, at least from what I've played so far, of not overwhelming players and giving them decent tutorials. So yeah, you're going to be introduced to a lot. You're going to have a lot to remember, but at least it's rolled out somewhat effectively. Star Varnir does have that cute anime aesthetic, and you're probably wondering how this has translated over to the Switch. Well, not all good news there. Unfortunately, my frame rate really feels like it's in the teens at time here, a little bit all over the place, very slow and sluggish, particularly when you're swinging your camera around. Still like the art. I'm still impressed that they were able to cram this game onto the Switch, but yeah, it definitely takes both a visual hit and a performance hit based, again, on what I've played. I did briefly test the handheld mode, and sadly the performance seems to suffer even worse that way. I was definitely in the teens at some points with my frame rate, whether it was in the battles or on the maps, exploring dungeons. It really didn't matter. The only time this game really performed well was during the static cutscenes. Well, I shouldn't say static, because at least the artist has gone the extra mile to animate the mouths in these cutscenes. From what I've picked up on the soundtrack too so far, pretty standard JRPG stuff here, though it sounds nice. Good orchestrated pieces to accompany you. A lot of text, a lot of dialogue in this game, plenty of systems to be learned, but still at the end of the day, a traditional style JRPG, just one that's not running particularly great on the Switch. It's playable, but it just feels pretty bad when you're talking about playing games in 2021, and I'm a little spoiled here on the channel. I play a lot of stuff on the PC. I'm fortunate to have fairly good hardware, but yeah, this one is rough to play on the Switch. I can't deny it so far, but if it's your only option, hey, it's an option. It's a way to play this game at the least. Star Varnir will make its debut on the Nintendo Switch as of August 3rd, 2021. Let me know in the comments below, have you played this game previously on other platforms, or do you plan to pick up the Switch version? I want to hear all of your stories about this one. I'll see you next time on I Dream of Indie.
I'll be taking that.
Don't let your guard down!
Thank you so much for supporting I Dream of Indie and watching this video. We'd now like to pay tribute to our great indie warriors: Mitchell Hall, Kevilo, Bill Tikaz, Christian Cruz, Strick9, Chris Jackson, Nathan Moore, Peach, Adriana Amato, CJR, Falco Lombardi, C Coil, Skeptism, Jen Rose, Jesse, CPM, and Julian Colbus. Thank you for all you do for independent developers, publishers, and for I Dream of Indie. Everybody else, please head down to the description box below. Let's stop that echo chamber and bring a voice to the voiceless ones in gaming.
That was a close one.